We're here at Warden for round number 9 of the Club 100 Junior Super Lightweight Championship. After a good round at Rowra managed to recover to P3 after some very chaotic racing, we are looking forward to get another podium at Warden today. However, will we face some bad luck once again and some incredibly close racing throughout the day? Watch the full video to find out. Hello and welcome to a new video, and today we're at Warden for round number 9 of the Club 100 Junior Super Lightweight season. Quite chilly this morning, track's still quite damp currently, but looking forward to a great day of racing, and yeah, really looking forward to it.
And it don't matter what you say, cause even if the sky is falling, I'ma do it anyway. So save your worries, slide your loving. I can feel that good things coming. Finally believe that it's gonna be a bright one.
Oh, there we go. So we're gonna go out. Right. So we're gonna go out for practice soon. We have Jake Anders here, who's come to watch Jack Harrison.
What's up, ladies?
And they're running away for some reason. So yeah,
they're acoustic, really.
There's nothing wrong on the horizon, but I'm always in my own head. Yeah, I was getting tired of trying, forgetting every word that I said in all those old conversations. Turning to a
GPM! Dominic! Oh my god! Oh, he did it!
I don't know how to give part, I don't know how we gon' finish, but I love how we done start. So let's take a night to just be who we are. So I ain't got the time or the energy, unless it's towards a goal or a memory.
Now, heading on track for practice. As you can see, it's still quite greasy, the track, so even though they've had pre-event and all the other practice sessions go around, I think we were the third one, so actually we had the driest practice session. However, you can still see how greasy the track is, and you see the driver front going quite sideways. Got to follow him through. Big curb there on the left you have to use. There's quite some tyre barriers there. I think they removed them for the next day because people kept smacking into them. I think in this practice, I did smack into one. So first move of the day, down the inside at the hairpin, great move. But you could see just how treacherous it is currently. You could take the dry line, but it's very greasy, the track, as there are little dry patches at some corners. I think this corner, Gasworks, was quite slippy. You see braking hard, completely locking up, really having to jab the throttle to make sure the kart doesn't cut out. But is it fine? Because that corner, you're such low speed, you've got to really jab the throttle mid-corner to try and keep the revs up, otherwise the kart just completely dies, and then you just have no exit speed. See, wiggling the wheel quite a lot and jabbing the throttle just to try and get a feel for the grip. Going towards turn 1 for the first time at full speed, really locking up there, almost binned it actually. But then there's a big wet patch, and then you slide when you brake, and then you hit the dry patch, and then you can accelerate again. But you got to see how quickly the track sort of dries up this session, as it lots of people going around. I think 26 karts or so. So the track does grip up quite quickly in these Club 100 events. See the person in front shaking their head. We're going to go down the inside. Another move into the hairpin. Quite an easy place to go for a move actually there. So we get the job done on that driver. Now heading towards turn 1 once again. You're going to see how slippy it is as the driver front just outbrakes himself and actually ends up going on the grass. So definitely a corner to look out for there. I see Henry Jones in front of us, Buckmore Park junior pro driver. Used to race with quite a lot. We're going to go down the inside into the double left. We're going to give him the space. We're going to open out the corner. Trying to try and get a switchback on him, and we actually do. You just see how important this track is for getting switchbacks, and how important it is getting the run on the exit, because the straights are so unbelievably long. So you're going flat out for at least 10 seconds there. So it's really important you get the drive off the corner. I'm going to head towards turn 1 once again. Huge lock up there. You can really just see how you could throw the kart into the corner, and it just grips up at the last second, just before you think you're going to bin it. So heading through this section. Starting to grip up a bit more, taking a bit of a tighter line, wasn't the greatest that, but the session ended quite quickly, so good practice session, learnt lots, and looking forward to qualifying. So that was practice. Went really well. I really enjoyed the track. I got black flagged at the end because I accidentally hit a barrier, and apparently there was a yellow, which I just completely missed somehow. So yeah, fun practice session. Really enjoyed it actually. Just like you can lock up everywhere at this track, and it's really fun. So I think I came 5th, which isn't bad considering the track improved a lot on the last 2 laps. Everyone set their quickest lap on the last 2 laps. So I'm happy with how I did. Looking forward to the next session, which is qualifying. So gonna aim. Let's make an aim right now. I think I could get top 10. Top 10 A fun. I feel confident because the track's drying. It's still wet going around turn 1, so I'm confident that we can get a good result in qualifying. Fingers crossed we get a good car again. So heading out for qualifying, and you can already see just how much more sunny and dry the track is. It's going towards turn 1. Now there is still a little bit of a wet patch on the inside, but on the actual racing line there is no longer a wet patch, so definitely don't need to brake as much as we did for practice. Going through the big curb corner, I'm going to call it that, I don't know the actual name. Anyway, we're going to overtake this guy, get a nice run out the corner. We're going to go down the inside, and you can already see how much more grip the circuit has compared to earlier, as before I had to really slow down quite a lot, and you really could feel the kart bogging down a lot in the previous session from just how slow you had to go around all the corners. But now you can quite clearly see the track's a lot drier, still a little bit damp in places, but I think the main difference was this corner, Gasworks, and you can really just see how much less the kart bogs. So behind Henry Jones once again, we're following around for a bit this session, and he smacks the curb, which actually sends you out quite wide. And because of how the circuit sort of works, when you're on the inside of that corner, it's so much less distance, and it's a bit of a less steep of a hill, so get the job done and the overtake done. So let's go for a hot lap, probably my quickest lap of the session.
We got P10 overall.
That's exactly what I'm going to say. So that's Quali, P10 overall.
Weather was really good, guys.
Yeah, it's lovely now compared to earlier. So, but the way it worked, they did it off positions in the group.
Fernando Alonso.
And I came 4th in my group, and it was mega close. I think I was only a few hundredths off second, so it was really close. So yeah, it's frustrating a little bit for those to be that close and be that far off, but but yeah, P10 pretty decent starting position on the outside. On the outside. So I'm probably gonna get like
a wet patch on the inside.
I'm probably gonna get smacked. I'm probably getting smacked. But
grass, which I heard is quicker.
So yeah, I might use the grass and then overtake everyone and just straight line the tracks. Yeah, maybe that's a strategy.
Yeah, the wet patch on the outside, it's not ideal. No, on the inside, I mean.
So here we go for the pre-final, starting 10th, with actually on the outside. So it's going to be quite interesting to see what happens here. Get a decent getaway. I think the other side got a slightly better start. You see Jamie Tyler-Gooden on the outside, and there's chaos in front, lots of carnage. Jamie Tyler-Gooden actually gets shoved off the track, which actually sends them all the way down to last place, which I think was 24th or something in this case. Tons of carnage going on in front. That driver got shoved off the track completely in front. I think it was about 3 wide, so really wasn't going to work there. Going to go down the inside of the other driver, but not quite able to get the move done. As you see, he's going to go up the inside of the driver in front as well. We're going to see if we're going to capitalise it. And we're already up into 5th place. So we've had an amazing start here, just weaving through all the carnage, almost like Lightning McQueen. See that driver trying to go up the inside through the chicane but not quite being able to. Quite a dangerous place to overtake that, but it can be done. You just have to be quite careful and make sure the driver in front actually sees you. So the driver in front makes a big mistake, locks up a bit too much. We're going to pull alongside him going into the double left-hander, but he actually shoved us off wide, so we have to concede the position and try another day. So we're going to go on to the long straight for the first time in this race. You can already see my kart feels a bit down on power during the mid-end, but you can see the slipstream just pulls us right back up to the back of the driver in front, making sure not to load him out the way, of course. Now into that hairpin, he gives the driver a massive whack there. Not the cleanest overtake there, as you see he waves his hand in despair almost, as he doesn't want to get a penalty, of course, for that overtake, but that's kind of borderline for me. I'm not sure. He was 50% alongside, but there was a lot of pod-to-pod contact, so it'll be interesting to see if that driver gets a penalty for that move. But anyway, he's going to get re-overtaken down the straight, or maybe not. The driver in front thought about it but wasn't quite able to make it stick. As you see there, the driver in second actually whacks the cone, so that's going to be a 2-place penalty for him. So that might help us out later if we make up any royal places. So driver in front goes down the inside. We're going to see if we can capitalise it. Yes, we can. We're up into 4th place now. Well, technically, we're actually 3rd now, I think, because 2nd place obviously got that cone penalty after clobbering that cone out of the way. You see that driver goes wide, so we're going to stick our nose in out the inside, but he just doesn't see us and just turns across us and spins himself around. So really nothing I could have done there, because if I tried to slow down, that would have just spun him around even more. So that was actually deemed a racing incident, and I'm currently in 3rd, but actually 3rd on track, but currently 2nd on the road. You see Logan's gone, and 2nd place is quite far in front as this kart just didn't feel quite on the pace. But we'll see we get re-overtaken by green helmet guy, and we're going to try and re-overtake him down the straight. We actually managed to get that done. Lovely switchback on the exit, as this kart felt like the bottom end was really rubbish, but then the top end was actually quite good. It might have been because of the slipstream as well, but this kart felt, yeah, as I explained earlier. Anyway, he sends us down the inside, but we're going to get shoved off here, I'm pretty sure. He just doesn't see us, and he just shoves us onto the grass. So really unfortunate that. As you see, that's actually lost us tons of time. You see, give him a little thumbs up of appreciation there. And we've lost probably, I'd say, 2 seconds there, just from that one lawn mowing incident. But we actually catch up to him quite quickly, so a few laps later you can really see how much we've gained on him just through a few corners. And he runs quite wide there, so we're going to gain some more time. And then heading into the chicane, you're going to see he makes a big mistake here. Clobbers the curb, carries way too much speed and just hits the curb, and then he looks over his shoulder, but it's too late. We're already up his inside. So we're back into 3rd place, but technically 2nd. And then the rest of the race, really, I sort of slowly pulled away, but I had to defend Max Sheldon Haywood on the last lap. So coming across the line, P3 on the road, but P2 overall. So really happy with that, and looking forward to the final. So that was a P final, really good race actually. Came 2nd from 10th, so got a massive, like an insane start. Caught up so much. Then got to 3rd, got podded. Got back into 3rd after there was like some crazy things happening. I managed to catch back up, and then Max was right on my bumper for the last lap, so I had to defend. But 2nd place behind Logan, who was just gone, that guy. He was just absolutely gone with the other guy. But the guy in 2nd got a penalty, so that promoted me and Max to 2nd and 3rd. So yeah, 2nd place from 10th, really happy with that. Looking forward to the final. So here we are heading out for the final. This is actually our 3-lap warm-up. You just see how slippy it is on the first few laps when you go out in these Club 100 karts. You really have to put some work into the tyres to really get them up to temperature. As you can see, Logan in front of us going quite sideways all over the track there. I think here he bins it. There we go. Yeah, he just outbrakes himself slightly and just flies off the track. And we're actually into 1st, but obviously it's 3-lap warm-up. But I'm going to just say we're 1st place because let's just say it didn't go to plan in the race. Anyway, we're going to continue this, actually probably one of my most fun 3-lap warm-ups, where basically everyone was treating it like a race. And you can start to see here the problem with this car. I don't really know why I didn't swap it, but you can see on the exit of this corner, we're going to get gapped down the straight quite a lot. As you can see, I can sort of started to notice the problem, but I didn't actually end up swapping the kart, which was a big mistake, looking back on it. See James Harley Gooden going up the inside. Managed to make a really good recovery, I must say, from getting absolutely shunted off the first corner in the pre-final to getting all the way back up to 5th or 6th, or maybe even 4th, I'm not really sure, but like he did really well in the pre-final. And you see Logan's actually up our inside now, you can tell by the shadow, gonna fly up our inside. Actually you can see him jacking it, sort of getting the rear wheel off the ground, really getting the kart to turn in there. And you can just see again, the problem is occurring as we're gonna, so here we go. For the final, starting P2, we go underway, we're away, and we get a horrible start there. The kart just really didn't want to move off the start. You see, there's some drivers up our inside, George Palmer-Mobsby there, great recovery from the B final. He seems to have done that quite a lot, but anyway, we're going to get tanked from the side, and we're going to have to take to the grass, lawnmower moment. We're having more of these often, so not a good sign becoming a lawnmower. Anyway, we've dropped a lot of positions there, and it's actually going to be a false start, so we're going to try again. And we put our foot down, but again the kart just really doesn't want to move off the line. You see Logan gets a much better drive off the start. See, getting to get almost pit maneuvered off the start there. I can sort of tell there's drivers up my inside, so I'm going to give them the space. See, one driver goes past, so I think we're down to 5th place currently, so not terrible, but not a good start, definitely. But you can definitely start to tell here the problem with the kart. Just really didn't want to move off the corners, really. The low speed ability of this kart was really poor. As you can just see, out of all the very low speed sort of corners where the RPMs just drop, the kart really seemed to not be able to get out of the RPM sort of boggy zone, I'll call it. It was especially bad around this corner and the last corner. As you can see, even though I get a good drive off the corner, it just doesn't pull quite as much as I wanted to. But you can see him having to go quite defensive. I think that's George Palmer-Mobsby upper inside. Yes, it is. I'm going to leave him the space because we remembered what happened earlier, so we definitely don't want to end up in the barrier like the other driver did. He taps his helmet, but George, mate, I'm not going to be able to keep up with you. If I want to see Max Chapman, I think they're upper inside, or actually, stupid me, Jake Chapman. Sorry, the Chapmans, I always get you mixed up. I don't know why, I'm very sorry. But anyway, you're going to see the huge problem here. Absolutely massive problem. That was not a low table fade, mate, I'm sorry. Anyway, yeah, you just see we absolutely get gapped down the straight, so not optimal with this machinery. So we're going to see what we can do with it. But here is probably my best driven lap of the entire weekend, so I'll leave you to it. Now we're heading on to the final lap of this race, as you can see there. And we're going to have to go highly defensive from the drivers behind, as I really just didn't want to lose any more places in this race. And when I look behind down the straight, they were all right there. So got to be careful. You can actually see I get loaded out the way there. You can't really see on camera, but go quite wide. The driver hits quite a lot of curbs. So we're going to send one back up the inside to try and re-overtake our position. Actually managed to make it stick, to be fair. Now going towards the hairpin, I'm going to defend, but we actually get massively loaded out the way, and you see Max actually gets past there. So I think he loaded us out the way, but he didn't mean to, and he apologised after the race. But I think he ended up getting a 4-place penalty for it. But yeah, he apologised after the race for accidentally loading me out the way. So yeah, but we're going to try and see if we can catch back up to him. But you can just see, like, we've got really no chance of getting a switchback or anything like that out the corners, as this car just doesn't want to move, really. Bit of a tractor, if I'm honest. I'm going to go around the final corner, final time of the day, and that's going to be P5 over the line. So decent result. P5 or P6, I can't quite remember. So decent result considering what we were in. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one.